Dean, one of the questions that came from a member is, well, a potential member, was the fact that how much is it going to cost me per customer when I do local SEO? What's my cost that's associated with it? And I think a lot of people end up asking this question because they're used to things like pay per click and paying per click that happens, and that just doesn't happen with local SEO. So I think it gets really kind of confused of what it is there, because you have the fact that you have the cost of our software if you use it, or you might be doing it for free by doing local SEO that way, by logging into each of the platforms. But you have that cost, and you don't know how many leads come from it. It's one of those things to where we don't have that reporting side. I think it has people kind of confused. As a small business owner, how do you look at that with our platform?
Well, basically, because the questions come up that what does it cost per customer to get them to come to your business? When you're doing paper type of advertising, you know that it's a fixed cost. Let's say it's $1,000, just for easy numbers. It's $1,000, and they might get 10 customers in. So you take and you divide that into it, and basically that's $100 a customer to get them in your door, to get them to see your products and services. When you're looking at a product like ours, it's not as easy to see some of the results because they're, a lot of paper things. People are doing coupons, Rob, and coupons are easy to track, if you will. When you're doing things that are digitally and online, when you're doing ads online like Google ads or YouTube ads or whatever, it's really hard to see where that information comes from or where those leads come from. So it gets a little bit harder to track. But the big question is if your monthly advertising budget is $1,000 and our toolbox or our features in our platform is a lot less than that per month. But if you're getting organic traffic to you and you're not spending anything else and you spend $160 and you're getting 10 people, that means it's $1.60 a customer to get them into your door. I mean, it's hard because we don't have reports because it's really hard to track unless the business owner is asking the question, how did you find me? Because when I get a phone call with our other small business that I have, that we actually try to find out where people are finding it. So they'll say, we found you on a Google search, we found you on a YouTube video, we found, so we try to get an idea of where things are at. But the question is organically, it doesn't cost you anything. So it's your time that's involved, and our features, our tools, our toolbox is you have to do the work. Now, if you're on our highest plan, we'll give you coaching and that kind of information to help you determine your story that you want to tell to the customers, to your customers, and say, this is how we are. They find you, they make a decision to come to you. That's really important piece of the whole thing. But it really is, what is your time, and the other, and what does it cost to get a customer in the door? So it's really hard when you don't have hard reports. And people are saying that they're getting reports from their marketing companies. I want to know how they're tracking it, because I don't know how they would know unless they're doing, what do they call that, Rob? Where you have a phone attached to it.
They do the phone tracking.
Thank you.
I was going through and looking at that the other day, and it was with a member that was like, okay, well, what are all these numbers that are inside of my platform? And what a lot of the marketing platforms have done, marketing agencies, is they're trying to sell you on how much each of your customers are going to, what the value is to that. So they put a dollar amount. The reason why they're doing is they're trying to be able to sell you and justify the cost of their platform. We don't have to justify the cost of our platform. Most people, if they're getting between 1 and 20 new customers or new phone calls or new leads, however they're tracking that coming into their system, our cost is so low that we don't have to do that. We're not charging $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per month for our software. And what this other company wanted to do is they wanted to be able to show, hey, this is how many customers are coming in. So what they had that member do is he had to log in every day and list all the customers that he sold, the value of what those customers were, how much he sold them for, and their location. And it was taking the same things that we do in one step, like your service area, and making it this long process. Well, most small business owners I know and that we've dealt with, they do not want to have to go through and do that for every single job they do and every single customer. They don't have enough time to be able to do that. You don't have enough time to do that. So when I'm looking, I get asked that question of what's my cost per lead, what's my cost per customer. By using local SEO, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. We don't have to justify based on that, because if either the software's working for you or it's not working for you, there's really not a hard cost besides the software and your time. And most people are only spending about 5 to 10 minutes per day inside of the platform on average. And it's one of those things to where I think that makes a huge difference when we look at the acquisition cost per customer.
Yeah, and but let's be realistic though. It's really hard in marketing and advertising to really put a hard cost on everything. I mean, it's really there, but you have to look at the long-term play, and you have to look at your bottom line, if you will. We've had one member that said that their business is up 15% from last year since they've been using our system. Now, why? We don't know. We like to say it's ours, but it's the work that they're putting into it. I mean, it really is. But they're not putting in as much work as we even ask them to, and they're still having good results. And that's really what's really interesting.
No, because I mean, you forget to log in, you get busy being
Yep.
a business owner. It just is what it is. We do that. I had to call a member up this morning and go, hey, I totally forgot to call you back yesterday. I mean, it's going to happen. I had 30 things happen afterwards. It's just the small things that happen in business. And we're a small business just like what you are. We work with some enterprise companies and have done some of that stuff, but it's one of those things to where we're really simple. And we make it simple for you to be able to do your own marketing. And I think that's a huge piece to this.
Absolutely. And, we have people that say, oh, we come from the small business world. We don't come from it. We are living it. We are a small business just like you. So
We are. I mean, and when we do these talks and we invite everybody out here and to be able to listen to being able to do these, it's one of those things to where, and yeah, we cut them and we put them on YouTube, and most of you are watching it probably on YouTube or Facebook. But it's one of those things to where we do this at the local library. We give back to the local community. We want everybody to understand that this is stuff you could be doing for your business right now. Inside of this, it's stuff you could be doing every single day. You don't have to pay someone to do it.
exactly. So I think what we like to do is say thank you for being here and for the questions, and we're glad that everybody was able to join us today.
Yeah.
So thank you.